Okay, good people, welcome back. This video, we're thinking on, trying to understand how I might automatically or simply include the right spell into the, not the right spell, the right attribute for each spell casting when you have multiclassing. So some characters can multiclass. For example, the Bard can do multiclass Dabbler, get one move from another class, treat your level as one lower for choosing the move. So you could choose the Cleric's spellcasting, and later on they get multiclass Master and get a move from another class, treat your level as one lower for choosing a move. You could choose the Wizard's cast a spell, and that way you would be getting spells from both the Cleric's list and from the Wizard's list. And of course there are other classes out there that can do multi-classing, and there are other classes out there that have spell casting. So it would be possible for a character, potentially, say a Bard, to do some casting with Charisma and some casting with Wisdom and some casting with Intelligence, or at least that's my understanding. I couldn't find anything definitive that would say that when the Bard was doing cleric spells that they would not use Charisma, that they would use Wisdom, but I believe that Wisdom is the correct one. And then obviously using Intelligence for the Wizard spells. So I need to be able to put that into the casting, but also there are things where, say you roll a 7 to 9 and one of the options is you take a -1 going forward on your spell casting, right? So do you take a -1 going forward on your spell casting for the class of spells that you're doing, say for your cleric spells, because it was on the cast a cleric spell move, it wasn't on the cast a wizard spell move, right? And then there are other spells that are ongoing, and while the spell is ongoing, you take a -1 to cast other spells. So I need to be able to track all these holds, -1s going on, and I need to track the... Sorry, had a phone call, had to go and do a couple of things, so I have no idea where we're up to on that. But basically, we've got to record the attributes for the different types of spells, and we've got to track the ongoing kind of like debilities, like for failed spells, and we also have to track the ongoing spells because there's a spell that's currently ongoing, which causes the caster to have to maintain a degree of concentration, which impairs the ability to cast new spells. So we're going to do all those things. So I've been trying to think, there's nothing on the character sheet in the rule set that are in the paper copy of this game that tracks all that sort of stuff. So I've been trying to work out how we might do that, and I think I have come up with something that at least a first pass draft. So something like, we've created something called schools and domains, and what I imagine this would be like cleric, and this will be what level. So the character may be level 4 up here, but they're a level 3 cleric. Possibly these are not fully set up just yet. What have we got here? I changed them to be not key edit, so that they could be less prone to change. I've got to edit these ones, so this one would show we've got wizard level 1, nothing ongoing or whatever, ongoing. So ongoing spells are from spells, and ongoing loss is what I've currently got it called for. If you've failed a spell or had a partial success, and you've got to take some losses there. And this field here would be set, say, to int for the wizard and wiz for the cleric. So that's what I'm thinking. So let's have a look at it on the Ruleset with. So I'm obviously still on my car sheet spells window, and I've bumped all of these up, so I obviously had to redo some of the anchoring because previously cantrips was over here. I think mostly it was the 5th level that had to be adjusted, and also 1st level had to be adjusted for their anchoring, because 3rd level was always below cantrips and roads. But we've installed this one up here, schools and domains. It's obviously so it's a window list. The data source is school. The name is school, and then obviously my I add, I edit buttons are school, I add, school, I edit, and their target is school. So that's mostly it there. We might as well have a look at the spells school. So what we've got here is the link, and then we've got the name, we've got the level, and then these are for ongoing spells, so the minuses you accumulate for that, and this is one for where you accumulate for your fails. Obviously, when you rest at night, you get your spells back, you get your concentration back, you recover your intelligence and wisdom, so that will all reset at night, and we'll have to add some automation in for that at that point. And here I'm going to need to create a so this is going to have to be school, I think, and we'll have to create the school data type as well. So that's what I'm thinking is going to happen for tracking this additional information on the virtual tabletop. Why? Because we can, pretty much. Alright, thank you. See you soon.